Sometimes Clemente lose jesses, he might bite at the hand and stuff like that, just to kind of let me know he's not happy about this. Yeah.
Are they social at all, or are they territorial even in captivity? Is he like hanging out with other birds, eagles?
He could, but he doesn't, because we don't have any other eagles for him to hang out with. He is an educational bird. We probably really can't afford to keep more than one at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I believe in the rehab site, I'll bet there's times when they have more
Yeah,
than one,
lots
and
of
they put them
times.
together. Same with the golden eagles, you can put them together, and it's not a problem.
And it, you know, in fact, the bald eagle is known to be, it's quite solitary during nesting season, but very communal on its winter grounds. And that's
Yeah.
why you see places where, even in New Mexico, you'll see 10, 12 bald eagles together. They're very communal in the winter.
I've been watching the Decorah, Iowa eagles on the internet, and I'm addicted. And it's such a wonderful thing to see this guy
Up
and real
close.
up
Yeah,
close.
it's very rare
And
to
they're
get
so
to see.
gentle with their eggs. They turn them.
It's kind of amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Considering the eye position on the head, when they're hunting prey, do they see with both eyes or one?
Yes, they have binocular vision. They have very interesting vision, and this is true of all the raptors and some other animals too, especially predator animals. They have what's called fovea in their retina, which are like dimples that have a concentration of the receptor cells. In their case, it's cones. Okay, for the most part. And the cones are what sees color, and the rods are what see black and white. Okay, it's shades of light, which is what owls mostly have. Their eyes, what you're seeing, if you can imagine, remember those space capsules that were on the top of the first rocket ships that would go out with people, where it had like a little bit of a thing and then it sort of spread out like a triangle and then went like this? That's kind of what their eyes look like, only everything is rounded. You're seeing the tip of the capsule. Okay, that eye is the smallest part. What's behind it is more than twice the size of that. Their eyes are actually as large as a human being's. When you consider that he weighs 10 pounds and I weigh 175 pounds, then think about that he has eyes just as big as I do. And what happens is, instead of having them big and round, they're shaped more cone-like, so one, they can have a bigger retina in the back. Okay? But also, when they're round, it adds more weight. So it's been sort of, in a sense, if you want to call it shaved. Okay, it's shaped so that you can have the maximum distance from your lens to your retina without having to have all the bulk. That's why they're able to turn their heads as well. So these guys can turn their heads a full 180 degrees because they need to be able to do that to see something behind them. The other really cool thing that they can do is that they have a bony periphery right around the lens that's controlled with these muscles that are able to squeeze it and change the shape of the lens. By changing the shape of the lens, you can go in and out of focus at different distances real quickly. So if you're going after prey and the prey suddenly darts to one side or something and you're following, but now it's like 50 feet away instead of 20 feet away, they can stay constant, really high acute vision of it. So that's kind of the neat thing with their eyes. Yeah.
Why do Indians hunt eagles, not us?
That's a good question, and it has a lot to do with respecting native practices. So, in a sense, they are the original, or at least the first known Americans out here, right? So, they have practices that we have moved in on, and so we are being respectful of that. The hope is there's actually some pretty cool things that are going on with a lot of the Pueblos right now, or at least a couple of them, I should say. Zuni has now got, how many eagles? 50 eagles? They get some of our rehab eagles. They get other eagles as well. And so they just realized that rather than kill an eagle to get its feathers, why not have a bunch of them and then molt every year? We get a whole new set every year and no eagles have to be killed. So that's a really cool practice. So we should go ahead and put him up. And then you get the others.